You open your banking app. 2 accounts. First account, $0.01. Second account, $2.26. That is everything you have left in the world. No job, no savings, no backup plan. Just $2.26 standing between you and absolute zero. Now imagine you are 24 years old, and the only option you have left is to move back in with your parents. Every single night at dinner. Same question from across the table. Did you find a job today? And every single night. Same answer. Eyes down, voice quiet, no. Still looking. This is not a fictional story. This is where a lot of people find themselves at some point. Maybe not with $2 in the bank, but with that same feeling. The feeling that despite doing everything right, going to school, getting good grades, following the rules, working hard, you still ended up stuck. And the worst part is not the money. The worst part is the question you cannot stop asking yourself. If I did everything they told me to do, why am I still here? My name is Jack. And today, I want to walk you through something that completely changed how I think about money and freedom. Not just how to save, not just how to invest, but the actual stages every single person goes through on the path to financial freedom. Because here is what most people do not realize. Financial freedom is not a destination you either reach or do not reach. It is a journey with 7 distinct stages. And right now, today, you are already at one of them. Hit subscribe. Because understanding where you are is the first step to getting where you want to be. Let us get into it. Stage 1. Clarity. The very first stage of financial freedom is not saving money, not investing, not earning more. It is knowing your number. Most people say they want financial freedom. But ask them what that actually means and they go quiet. Because financial freedom is not just a feeling, it is a specific number. Here is how to find yours. Think about how much money you actually need to live the life you want. Not the luxury version, not the minimum survival version, the real version, the one where you feel comfortable and free. Let us say that number is $3,000 per month. That is $36,000 per year. Now multiply that by 25. 36,000 times 25 equals $900,000. That is your financial freedom number. The amount your investments need to reach so they generate enough returns to cover your life without you working. Most people never calculate this number, so they wander financially, working harder every year but never knowing if they are actually getting closer to freedom. Stage 1 is simple. Do the math. Know your number. Because you cannot hit a target you cannot see. Stage 2. Self-sufficiency. Stage 2 is the moment you stop depending on anyone else financially. No help from parents, no borrowing from friends, no relying on anyone to cover your bills. You earn enough to support yourself completely. This sounds basic, but for a huge number of people, this stage takes longer than expected. And reaching it is genuinely worth celebrating. Because the moment you are fully self-sufficient, you have something powerful. Proof that you can do this. Stage 3. Breathing room. Stage 3 is where the stress starts to lift. You are earning slightly more than you spend. You have a small amount of savings building. And for the first time, if something unexpected happened tomorrow, you would not immediately panic, not completely safe yet, but no longer living on the edge of a crisis every single month. This breathing room changes everything psychologically, because when you are not constantly stressed about money, you start making better decisions with it. Stage 4. Stability. Stage 4 is a major turning point. 3 things define this stage. Your high-interest debt is gone. Credit cards paid off. Expensive loans handled. You have at least 6 months of living expenses saved as an emergency fund. And your monthly finances feel predictable and controlled for the first time. This is the foundation. And everything built after this stage builds faster, because you are no longer losing ground to debt and interest. Stage 4 is where the game actually starts. Stage 5. Flexibility. This is where at Stage 5, you have enough saved to cover around 2 years of living expenses, which means something powerful has shifted. Your decisions are no longer driven by fear. You no longer have to take every job offered. You no longer have to stay somewhere that is not working. You no longer have to say yes to things just because you need the money. For the first time, you are making choices from a position of strength, not desperation. And that changes everything about how the world treats you and how you treat yourself. Stage 6. Financial independence. This is the stage most people dream about. Your investments generate enough income to cover your living expenses. Completely. Every month. Without you working. You still might choose to work. Many people at this stage do. Because they love what they do. Or they want to keep building. But here is the difference. You work because you want to. Not because you have to. Your time becomes genuinely yours. And that is a completely different life. Stage 7. Abundance. Stage 7 is the final stage. You have more than enough. Your investments continue growing. Your lifestyle is fully funded. And money is no longer something you think about every day. Not because you are ignoring it, but because the system is working. Quietly. Automatically. In the background. Your attention moves from building wealth to living fully. More time with people you love. More experiences. More freedom to pursue what actually matters to you. This is true financial freedom. Not just a number, but a life. Now here is the important question. Which stage are you at right now? Because here is the truth most people miss. Every single person reading or watching this is already at one of these stages. And the path from where you are to where you want to be is not random. It is not luck. It is a series of specific steps that move you from one stage to the next. So let me give you the 3 mindset shifts that make moving through the stages possible. Mindset shift 1. Stop thinking about money in terms of how much you earn. Start thinking about it in terms of how much you keep and grow. A person earning $50,000 who invests consistently will reach financial independence faster than a person earning $100,000 who spends everything. Income is not the variable that determines freedom. The gap between what you earn and what you grow is. Mindset shift 2. Understand that time is your most powerful asset. Not money, not income, not investments, time. Because compound interest does not care how smart you are or how hard you work. It only cares about one thing: how long you let it run. $100 per month starting at 22 grows to dramatically more than the same $100 starting at 35. Same money, same discipline, completely different outcome. Time is the variable most people waste without realizing it. Mindset shift 3. Build income that does not require your time. A salary is the beginning, not the destination, because a salary stops the moment you stop working. And financial freedom requires income that does not stop. Investments. Assets. Things that generate returns while you sleep. This does not mean quitting your job tomorrow. It means using your salary to buy assets that eventually replace it. Slowly. Consistently. Over time. That is the mechanism behind every stage past stage 4. Let me bring this all together. Stage 1. Know your number. Calculate exactly what financial freedom means for you. Stage 2. Become fully self-sufficient. Stop depending on anyone else. Stage 3. Create breathing room. Save slightly more than you spend. Stage 4. Build stability. Clear high-interest debt. Build a 6-month emergency fund. Stage 5. Reach flexibility. Build 2 years of living expenses saved. Make decisions from strength, not fear. Stage 6. Achieve financial independence. Let your investments cover your life. Stage 7. Live in abundance. Let money work while you focus on what matters. You might be at stage 1 right now, or stage 3. The only question is whether you decide to start walking it. If this gave you clarity on where you are and where you are going, hit subscribe. New video every week on building smarter money systems and creating real financial freedom. And one question for the comments. Which stage are you at right now? Be honest. Because knowing where you are is the first step to getting somewhere better.